Hey everybody, Coach Toolshed here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video giving you basically my roadmap for the next several months on the channel and what games I'm going to be looking at, planning on purchasing, and stuff that I'll be going over in detail over the next several months. And if you guys have any suggestions on games that you'd like me to look at as we head into the fall and Christmas season, please let me know down in the comments. And if I see a game that I see mentioned, several times, I will add that to my list. But I'm going to go over what I'm going to be looking at right now, and so let's just hop right into it. The first game I'm going to be looking at is something coming out the end of this week. It's going to be Divinity Original Sin 2, the Definitive Edition, which has some improvements and some upgrades over the original game. So I'm going to be picking that game up and looking at that. I'm hoping to get a few dozen hours into that before the fall season really starts kicking off in September. And I've played the first game. I really enjoyed it. I didn't beat it, admittedly, but I am looking forward to sinking some time into this second game. It's supposed to be a very good game. It actually came out on PC last year, so some of you may have already played it. I personally have not gotten into this yet, but I really am looking forward to that. But after that, we're coming up into the big fall stretch, and in September, we're going to be coming in about a week or so, we're going to be getting Spider-Man, which is, of course, is a PS4 exclusive. So if you don't have a PS4, you're not going to be able to play it. But this is a game that's been getting a lot of publicity, and if it's something that you are personally looking forward to, I have good news for you, because when I give you my opinion, just know that it's going to be coming from someone who has no bias either way for this game. I don't feel one way or the other at all about this game. I'm going to buy it, I'm going to play it, but whether it's good, whether it's bad, I'm right smack dab in the middle. I don't think I could be less in the middle when it comes to Spider-Man. So you'll be getting a very objective opinion from me about that. I am neither hyped nor unhyped. Got no feelings about it at all. But I'm definitely going to be purchasing that and looking at that, hopefully beat that game. And then after that, we're going to be looking at Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, the last two Tomb Raider games, I have played and beaten both of those games, and I do enjoy them. So I'm expecting this game to be pretty good, although when it comes to these reboot games, I'm not really in love with the new direction of the character. The storylines are kind of not great for me, but the gameplay itself, and certainly the visuals and all the aesthetic, everything about the environments has been great, and I'm really looking forward to playing the game. I'm hoping the story is a little bit more meaty than what we've had the last few years, because to me, didn't really love that aspect of the game, and that to me is what really keeps those games from being really great games, because certainly if you take a lot of the other aspects, the music, the environmental storytelling, all of the different visual effects, the gameplay, it's all pretty good, and the only problem really is the story. But I'm hoping that that's a good game, and so that's going to pretty much take us through the end of September, and so I'll have a couple weeks each to play through some of those different games, and then we're going to be heading into October. Now, October for me is a little bit weird, because I'm not really super jazzed about any of these games, except for the end of the month, of course, and we're going to get into that. But in October, I'm going to be checking out Forza Horizon 4 on the Xbox One, and that's something that I am kind of interested in, because I've never played the Horizon series. Now, I've played some of the Forza Motorsports series, but I've not touched the Horizon series, and for me, it sounds like that might be something that I'll be more interested in, and I'm curious to see how this open world works. I've kind of held off from playing the other games. I know that I think Forza Horizon 2 is free this month, actually, on Xbox One if you have one of those passes, but I have refrained from doing that because I just wanted to go in fresh with 4. They're really hyping this game up, and I do like racing games. I don't care for the hardcore sim, and I hear that Forza Horizon is a little bit more arcadey, and I kind of prefer that in a racer, and I haven't really played a fun racer in several years, so I'll be interested to see how that is. So I'm going to be checking that out. And after that, we have Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, the more I'm hearing about this game, the less excited I am about it, I'll be honest, but I'm probably going to end up checking this out. I am a little bit on the fence on buying this brand new, because I'll be honest, like I said, the more I hear about it, I'm really just not getting too excited for this game. But I know some people like Assassin's Creed, and so I'm going to be taking a look at that game at some point this fall. I might wait until we get a sale on that game. I'm not really sure. Then after that, of course, Call of Duty Black... No, wait. I'm not going to be buying Call of Duty. Don't worry about that. So, moving on. Of course, we have in October, at some point, the Fallout 76 beta, if you've pre-ordered. Now, I know I put up a video about this a few months back, and I got a lot of heated opinions back and forth on the subject. In fact, it was very, very divided. So, as far as pre-ordering the game, I am still thinking about whether or not to do that just for the sake of the channel. And so I still am debating that. I know there was a lot of people really upset that I would even consider it, and some people were saying that I had to do it because of the sake of the channel, and I can see arguments both sides that still make sense to me. So that is something I am really, really still thinking about. But regardless, it's something I'm going to be talking about whether I buy it or not, and then we will have the inevitable release in November anyway. But before that, we will have the game that I am most looking forward to as we go through the end of 2018. That's going to be Red Dead Redemption 2, of course, from Rockstar Games. That's going to be undoubtedly the big game of the fall that most people are going to be talking about, and I'm sure it's probably going to be the highest selling game. I have no doubt about that. This is the big dog coming into the fall circle, and I'm going to be putting a lot of time into that game. I might even take some time off work to play that game. Yes, I know. Might take some vacation time to play some Red Dead. I don't know. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Now, Rockstar could really screw it up. I'm not really a fan of what they did with GTA Online, I'll be honest with you, but I played a lot of the first Red Dead game, and I'll be talking more about that in detail as we get into October. But that's a game that I'm definitely going to be buying and planning on spending couple hundred hours in that at least, so you'll be getting a really detailed overview from me, both the single player and multiplayer aspects of that game. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in Red Dead. You'll be getting your fill of that content from me as we head into the fall season. Then, of course, as I mentioned, in the middle of November, we will have the Fallout 76 release, and of course, I'm going to buy the game and talk about it. Whether or not I pre-order it is a whole different matter, but I will be buying the game. I've made that decision. I know a lot of people are going to be upset that I'm going to be supporting them by giving this money, but I've talked so much crap about the game on this channel. I feel like I owe it to you guys to give you a first-hand opinion, not read reviews and look at other people's videos. I want to get in there and give you the nitty-gritty. I'm going to give you a first-hand account. So if you're still on the fence, which I know a lot of you have already made up your mind that you're not going to buy it, and some of you have made up your mind that you are going to buy it, and some of you are going to hold your nose and buy it, which is what I am going to end up doing. Yes, I will at some point at launch. I will be playing the game. So there you go. We'll be talking about that in depth, of course. I'm sure you know that if you've been following my channel. So that is really going to take it through the end of 2018. And there's a lot more coming up in 2019. But for 2018, there's a couple other games coming out in December. Stuff I'm not really going to be looking at all. So if you look at that list, that's a lot of open world games. So that's going to be taking me a lot of time to get through all that content anyway. So as I go through December, I'll have really a lot of time to really pick at these games and give you a really solid opinion on what we've seen in September or October. And I'll really have crystallized my opinion. And then, of course, everyone likes a few Game of the Year list videos, right? Right? Everyone likes that, so I got to soak up some of that juicy content for you. But as we head into January and especially February of next year, it's going to start rolling right along. Now, there's not going to be too much in January that's coming out that I'm really interested in, but we are going to be getting that Resident Evil 2 remaster, which is definitely something that I'm going to be checking out. The original Resident Evil 2, of course, is a classic game, which I played when I was much younger, and I really did enjoy it, so I'm interested to see what we saw in the trailers last year. Look like it's going to be a real fun experience, so I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil 2, but I'm going to withhold judgment on that because it also could be crap. Who knows with Resident Evil these days? It could be good, could be bad. We don't know. But hopefully they don't ruin that. I think they're going to put the time in and make that right. But we'll see how that goes. And then as we head into February, everyone knows this is going to be a packed February. And the game that I'm most looking forward to is going to be Metro Exodus. That's a game that is definitely on my list. Probably my most excited game for the month of February. And as we head through the month, there's also going to be Anthem and Days Gone, which are two other games I'm going to be looking at. Anthem is a game that I'm not really excited for, but I know a ton of people are going to be playing it, so I'm going to hop in with my friends and play that game out. I am not expecting much from the game, but I'm going to be looking more into that as we head through the winter, and that's something that I definitely want to talk about because I think it's interesting. It's a game that a lot of people are calling a Destiny clone. Some people are saying, oh no, BioWare is really, they have to hit this one out of the park. This is going to be an amazing experience. I don't know. So I'm going to be checking it out. I'm not really excited for it, but I'll give you my honest opinion. When it comes to Days Gone, that's another game that I'm going to be getting, but I'm not really too excited about it. The more I see of it, the less excited I get for it. The first time we saw the trailer for it a few years back, I thought that it looked pretty cool, something I would check out. And just the more I see in here, it's just like it sounds like it's not going to be really anything all that innovative. I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong about that, but to me, I'm not really digging that. But I'm going to be checking it out and giving you my opinion on that. And then we head into March, and there's a couple games in March that I'm going to be looking at. And one of these games was on my list of games that I was going to get, and now I've been hearing some stuff about the monetization that's really starting to turn me off, and I'm going to be looking into this a little bit more. But The Division 2 is something that I wanted to play, but I don't really know. Some of the monetization stuff that I'm hearing about is really unsettling, and I want to look more into that, and I'm going to actually probably be doing a video about that coming up in the next week or so, because what I'm hearing about it sounds really shady, and if everything that I am hearing checks out, I'm definitely going to be doing a video about it, because it sounds like some garbage from Ubisoft. But the game that I'm most excited about in March is actually going to be coming from Software, which is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That's a game that I am very much looking forward to. Might be the game that I'm most looking forward to that has a release date in 2019 to that point. So I've already talked about how much I like these Soulsborne games. Now Sekiro is going to be a pretty big departure from that, but I think I'll still enjoy the game. It might be a little bit harder, I don't know. I'm going to be definitely taking a look at that, and that's a game that I'm very much excited for, so we'll see how that goes. And that is going to bring us about 7 months into the future. That's a look at about a dozen or so games I'm going to be putting a lot of time into. Some of them maybe I won't end up getting because of some of the stuff I'm hearing about. And of course there's going to be some other games that pop in there that always spring up. You don't hear about them until right before they come out. It's like, oh, you got to play this game. So I'm sure there's going to be a handful more games that we don't even really have in our consciousness right now that will pop up that I'll check out as well. And like I said, if you guys have any opinions, if you guys have any suggestions for other games that you really want me to check out, put those down in the comments below, and I will do my best to add those into the schedule, because unlike the game developers, I want to give you guys what you want. So I'm Coach Toolshed. You guys let me know what you think about the games that I'm going to be covering. Anything else you guys want to add to the list, feel free to do that down in the comments. I will talk to you later, and as always, keep it turned to 11.